One more candle, bro, I swear. One more candle and I'm done. I promise I'm done. One more candle. You guys ever get like that? Especially too, it doesn't even have to do with trading, but with like shows, right? Watching Netflix, like one more episode and I'm done. One more episode. And you start at like 9 o'clock at night, you know you're supposed to go to bed at 10. And then one more episode later is 2 a.m. and you've just ended up binge watching a whole series and you're depressed because now it's over. That's literally how I feel sometimes whenever I trade. When I trade, I do the best I can to stay away from looking at the chart, or at least I try to, right? But today was one of those days where I literally just could not look away. I couldn't look away. I had alert set, but even with my alert set, I was still like, one more candle. I promise this is my last candle. This is my last candle. I promise this is my last candle. And then it would go to the next candle, and I'm like, I promise this is my last candle. And I just couldn't look away. Now, that might be because the price action was so bad that I was just like, yeah, I just need one more candle to confirm, right? But there came a point in time where I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not looking anymore. I don't need to look anymore. It's over. That's it, right? And I think it's really important to be able to get to that point because we as traders, we need to be able to act on what we see, right? We need to have a logical decision making process based on what's happening right now. As traders, we're not supposed to be predicting what happens. We're supposed to be reacting to what happens. But at the same time, too, it is impossible for us to react to every single little movement that we see in the markets. Instead, what we need to do is to react on the premise of our idea, whatever our thesis is, right? So if we believe that, okay, price is heading to support, it's going to bounce off of support around this level, right? And then we are going to aim for the next key level. You have to set your alerts at that bottom support. Let it get there. Let it show to you and confirm to you, okay, we are bouncing here. Take your entry, and then you set your alerts at key levels, and then you just don't look again, right? Because if we try to react to every single move, every single candle, I promise you there's so many times where I've reacted way too early. I've moved way too early because my mind is playing tricks on me. And to be honest, it's really not even playing tricks on me. It's just me looking at the chart, looking at what's going on, be like, well, it moved up. Oh, it moved down. Oh, it moved up. Okay, I got to get out, you know? Instead of being like, let's look for the totality of the idea, the overall thesis of the idea, and say, okay, if we are below this level or we are above this level, then this most likely means that we are heading higher or we are heading lower, right? Or this means that I should be getting out of the trade or I should be scaling into the trade, right? And I feel like if you're able to shift your mindset towards that rather than one of, I guess you can call it FOMO, right? Or the need, or you feel the need to be at the chart all the time, then it's going to help you more in the long run. So we'll go over the two trades I took today. So I only took one trade on my funded account, and then I actually ended up taking another trade on my combine, which I can't believe my combine. We'll go over that towards the end, but my combine is literally only $10 away from passing. I thought I targeted enough for me to pass, but it's only $10 away from passing, which is funny. So let's get into the trade real quick. Um, so oh, I forgot. I need to go on MNQ. Let's go back here and show the trade that I took. So this is the trade that I took. It was very quick. It was actually really fast, right? So there is no reason for me to go to bed late except that I took another trade on the combine. But initially at first, if we come here, I ended up taking a trade around 8:30. So I have it on replay. You'll see what I'm looking at, right? So why did we take this trade at this area? One, we took this trade because we were kind of in chop, right? It was more of a range, but also too was a lot of chop. But overall, I thought we were bullish. The reason why I thought we were bullish was because we were heading higher, right, past these levels on high volume, but then we weren't able to go higher, but we were basing at these supports near value area lows, right? I hate this yellow line. It's prior day point of control, but we were close to value area lows and we were bouncing off support. So I was like, you know what? That's fine. I'll take it, right? Ended up first trade coming in at 8:30 and then a little bit more at 8:32 as we got a pullback, right? So I really like this candle here. Again, our target was this value area high. I never, at least now anyway, I try not to go for more. I will leave at least a runner or two, but for the most part, my position, most of it, 80% of it, has to be exited at this value area high, right? Because there's never any guarantee. So at this point, you can see this is really good support. You know, value area lows here, value area lows here, bouncing, bouncing, right? So basically playing that range, and then we ended up getting out, right? But at this point, right here, as you can see, we ended up stopping out most of our position. In fact, all of our position was gone by this candle here. At this point, when you see that, that's when it's like, oh wow, like that is a really good area to short, right? Because again, we're in this range, we're unable to get past these highs, value area high, high volume, next candle heading lower, not on the highest volume, but it's perfect. So you'll see here on the combine that I have, I took that and I actually ended up going the opposite way. Now, this is where that whole one more candle, bro, ended up coming into play. This is where I actually ended up taking profit. Do you see what time it is? It is 12:25 at night. When did I take this trade? I took this trade at 9:13. 9:13. I entered my first position, right? And why did we enter here? One, this move happened so quickly, right? That happened too quickly, and it's like you can't buy there, right? That was signifying we were heading lower. Because we failed to break above these highs, high volume rejection on value area high, we ended up going lower. Yes, we are on value area low, and if I had taken this, that would have been fine too to these value area highs. But at that point, I was like, that there's no, not saying that there's no way, because there's always a possibility. But at this point, we're probably heading lower. I don't know when, I don't know how it's going to happen, but most likely we are heading lower. That was my thesis. When I took the trade at 9:13, you can see this candle right here. High volume candle rejecting value area highs again. But we ended up just going higher above it. Not on the best volume, but you can see this volume right here on this candle, basically like a small doji. At this point, I was like, oh, I think we lost this trade. Let's talk about stop loss. So yesterday's video, we talked about being definitively wrong, right? Being definitively wrong on a 5-minute chart means that we have to start heading above value area highs at this level to be definitively wrong. So my stop loss was set there, right? On the first trade, actually, my stop loss was set at I think below 974, right, to be definitively wrong. So that was to the upside. So there, my stop loss was placed. So it was placed pretty far away, right? And this is where it's like, okay, I just need to stop looking and let it play out. So once we had entered our full position, at this point right here at 9:39, it was just up to me to stay away. Look at this price action. Absolute crap. Like it is so terrible. Up, down, all around. Look at this. This is a whole over and out. In fact, 2 hours of it looking like this. Almost 3 hours of it being this terrible. And I was looking, trying to stay away, watching anime, watching Vinland Saga, coming back, looking at the chart while I'm watching anime, putting my phone down, looking at the chart. It was so bad. And I don't need to do that. Just let the alerts play out, right? So trade ended up going in my favor. Ended up getting stopped at 989.25. I wish I put it a little bit lower because I can't believe we're only $10 away from passing this combine. But we do pass it. We'll have 5 funded accounts. I know it only shows 3 here. I need to activate one. Um, but Once I activate that one, then we'll have five, right? So this one, the one I need to activate, and then the three that I have right now. So ended up playing out in my favor. If I had just been patient, in fact, I should have been sleeping at this point, right? Accept your risk, accept your stop loss, it would have just played out, right? And even if it didn't play out in my favor, the market is going to do whatever the market wants to do. There is no such thing as me with my eyes controlling what the market does, right? So I need to be more aware of that. I need to be more alert to that as well because there's so many times where I feel like me staring at the chart can help me control the market. No, it won't. I can't react to every little thing either. Let the market play out with volume, with price action, and with key areas. If you're able to do those things, then there's no need for you to continuously say, one more candle, bro. One more candle. I promise, one more candle and I'm done. One more candle, right? So, anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Again, as a practicing Stoic, we cannot. There's so many things. There's probably 90. In fact, it's guaranteed 99.999% of things we will miss out on life, right? So we have to be able to understand that there's no need to participate in everything. There's no need to take every single trade. There's no need to stare at the chart once you're in the position in order for it to work out for you. So, but yeah, guys, that's it for this video today. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are trading well. I know I got my shirt on because I'm literally doing this like 10 minutes before this uploads. Again, I stayed up late last night. I didn't do the video last night. I did it today, but that was on my mind today, and it's the same topic I would have talked about last night too. Staring at the chart, not needing to, right? And trying to get better from that. So, yeah, guys, that's it for this video today. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Hopefully, you guys are trading well. And yeah, keep trading stoically.